Alright, so today I am going to show you a special list that's all about immersion, storytelling, and unforgettable journeys. I'm talking about linear games, the kind of games that grab you from the start and don't let go until the credits roll. Whether it's intense action, deep emotional storytelling, or just an incredible experience. These 15 awesome linear games are ones you absolutely need to play. Let's start with Vampyr. I was instantly hooked by the dark, brooding streets of London where the Spanish flu ravages the population. And something far more sinister lurks in the shadows. As Dr. Jonathan Reed, you're torn between your Hippocratic oath and your vampiric hunger, and that's what makes this game so compelling. The choices you make aren't just about who lives or dies, they shape the entire world around you. I remember agonizing over who to feed on, knowing that my actions would have real consequences in the game's world. The moral complexity adds layers to the narrative, making every decision feel impactful. It's a game that challenges your ethics while delivering a gripping story. God of War 2018 was a revelation for me. I've been a fan of the series since the beginning, but this reboot took everything to the next level. Gone is the rage-fueled anti-hero, replaced by a more mature and introspective Kratos. The Norse setting is breathtaking, with each realm you visit brimming with life and detail. The relationship between Kratos and Atreus is the heart of the game, and watching their bond evolve over the course of the story is something truly special. The combat is incredibly satisfying, with a perfect blend of strategy and brutality. But it's the story that really stuck with me. The way it balances epic battles with quiet, emotional moments is masterful. If you haven't played this one yet, you're missing out on one of the greatest games of all time. Control is one of those games that just messes with your head in the best way possible. From the moment I stepped into the Federal Bureau of Control, I knew I was in for something special. The shifting Escher-like architecture of the building known as the Oldest House is a character in its own right. Every room you enter feels like it's hiding a secret, and the more you explore, the deeper the mystery goes. Jesse Faden's journey to find her brother while unraveling the Bureau's secrets is compelling, but what really hooked me was the game's atmosphere. It's eerie, mysterious, and downright strange, but in a way that's completely captivating. The combat with its telekinetic powers and destructible environments is incredibly fun, but it's the story and world building that make Control an unforgettable experience. Gears 5 is a game that took the Gears of War formula and gave it a fresh, more personal twist. Kate Diaz's story adds a new layer of depth to the franchise, focusing on her struggle with the dark legacy of her family. The campaign is linear, but it's packed with moments that feel like they belong in a blockbuster movie. The game's set pieces are massive and the action is relentless, but what I really appreciated was the emotional weight behind it all. The game doesn't shy away from exploring the toll that war takes on its characters, and that makes the story more engaging. Plus, the visuals are stunning. Every environment, from icy wastelands to lush jungles, is a feast for the eyes. Gears 5 isn't just about blowing stuff up, though there's plenty of that. It's about telling a story that sticks with you.
Terminated!
What Remains of Edith Finch is a game that I think everyone should experience at least once. It's not your typical game. It's more of an interactive narrative, but what a narrative it is. As Edith, you return to your family's home to uncover the stories of your ancestors, each one more tragic and surreal than the last. What I love about this game is how it uses gameplay to tell its stories. Each family member's tale is presented in a unique way, from a comic book sequence to a dreamlike first-person shooter. The game's linearity works in its favor, guiding you through a series of vignettes that explore themes of death, family, and legacy. It's a short game, but it left a lasting impression on me. The storytelling is incredibly creative, and the emotional weight of each story hits hard.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job with the cannery.
Now, Evil West is a game that took me by surprise. I didn't know what to expect going in, but what I got was an absolute blast of action-packed fun. Imagine a world where the Wild West meets supernatural horror, and you've got a pretty good idea of what Evil West is all about. The game's combat is intense and visceral, with a variety of weapons and gadgets to keep things fresh. But what really stands out is the setting. It's gritty, dark, and full of atmosphere. The linear storyline is straightforward, but it's packed with enough twists and turns to keep you engaged. If you're looking for a game that's pure, unadulterated fun with a healthy dose of supernatural action, Evil West is definitely worth checking out. Plague Tale: Innocence is one of those games that sneaks up on you and leaves a lasting impact. The story of Amisha and Hugo trying to survive in a world ravaged by the Black Death is both harrowing and heartwarming. The bond between the siblings is at the core of the game, and it's portrayed with such authenticity that you can't help but root for them. The game's linear structure allows the narrative to shine, guiding you through a series of beautifully crafted environments, while slowly unraveling the mysteries of the Plague and the Inquisition. The stealth gameplay is tense, and the puzzles are well designed, but it's the story that truly captivated me. The game's atmosphere is dark and oppressive, but there are moments of light and hope that make the journey all the more worthwhile.
Where did they come from? How can there be so many of them? Protect us!
They're everywhere!
The light! They're scared of the light! It's a nightmare!
We have to get back outside, Amicia!
I know! Keep moving!
Detroit Become Human is a game that plays like an interactive movie, and it's one of the best examples of storytelling in video games. You follow the lives of 3 androids, Kara, Connor, and Marcus, each with their own unique storylines that eventually intertwine. What I love about this game is how your choices really do matter. The linear narrative is packed with branching paths, meaning that every decision you make can lead to dramatically different outcomes. The game tackles big themes like freedom, identity, and what it means to be human, and it does so in a way that's both thought-provoking and engaging. The visuals are stunning, and the performances by the actors are top-notch. It's a game that not only tells a compelling story, but also makes you think about the choices you're making.
I thought nothing mattered except the mission. But then one day I understood. Very moving, Connor. But I'm not a deviant. I'm a machine designed to accomplish a task, and that's exactly what I am going to do.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is more than just a game, it's an experience. Playing as Senua, you're taken on a journey through her psychosis, as she ventures into the Norse underworld to save the soul of her lover. The game does an incredible job of portraying mental illness using audio and visual design to immerse you in Senua's mind. The combat is brutal and intense, but it's the story and atmosphere that make this game stand out. The linear narrative is focused, keeping you on a path that's as much about self-discovery as it is about battling demons. This is a game that doesn't shy away from difficult themes, and it handles them with such care and sensitivity that it's impossible not to be moved. It's one of the most powerful gaming experiences I've ever had.
He's gone!
Yes, Senua.
They've surrounded you!
Sniper Elite 4 is a game that's all about precision and strategy. As Carl Fairburn, you're dropped into the chaos of World War II, where your mission is to take out high-value targets with your sniper rifle. The game's linear campaign is set in a variety of beautifully rendered environments, from sun-drenched villages to dense forests. What sets this game apart is its emphasis on planning and patience. Each mission gives you the freedom to approach your objectives in different ways. But the story keeps you grounded in a narrative that's both engaging and historically inspired. The X-ray kill cam, where you see the impact of your shots in gruesome detail, never gets old. It's a satisfying reward for carefully lining up the perfect shot. If you enjoy games that mix action with tactical gameplay, Sniper Elite 4 is a must-play. Lara Croft's 2013 reboot is a game that brought the iconic character back to life in a big way. This is an origin story of Lara's transformation from a young, inexperienced archaeologist into the badass adventurer we all know and love. The game's linear progression takes you through a series of intense, action-packed sequences balanced with exploration and puzzle solving. The island setting is stunning, and the story keeps you hooked as you uncover the island's dark secrets. What really impressed me about this game is how it humanizes Lara, showing her vulnerability as well as her strength. It's a thrilling ride from start to finish, and a great starting point for anyone new to the series.
You're mine!
The Order 1886 might be a divisive game, but I think it's one that deserves more love. It is set in an alternate history where an ancient order of knights protects humanity from supernatural threats. The attention to detail in the environments is incredible, making every location feel like a living, breathing world. The story is linear with a strong focus on cinematic presentation. While some criticized it for being too short, I felt it was just the right length to tell its story effectively. The gameplay might be straightforward, but it's the narrative and world building that kept me engaged. If you're a fan of cinematic games with a strong sense of atmosphere, The Order 1886 is worth a playthrough.
All personnel, please remain clear of the east end of Westminster Bridge. We are witnessing heavy artillery fire at the moment.
What can I say about The Last of Us Part 1 that hasn't already been said? This game is a masterpiece in every sense of the word. The story of Joel and Ellie is one of the most powerful and emotionally charged narratives in gaming history. The linear structure allows the story to unfold at a perfect pace, balancing intense action with quiet, character-driven moments. The post-apocalyptic world is beautifully realized, with every location telling its own story. The gameplay is tense and rewarding, with a focus on survival and resource management. But it's the relationship between Joel and Ellie that makes this game truly special. Their journey together is one of loss, hope, and redemption, and it's one that I'll never forget. If you haven't played this game yet, you need to, because this is storytelling at its finest. Sifu is a game that's all about mastery, both in terms of gameplay and story. You play as a young martial artist on a quest for revenge, but what sets this game apart is its aging mechanic. Every time you die, your character ages, getting stronger but also closer to the end of their life. It's a brilliant system that adds a layer of tension to every fight. The combat is fast, fluid, and incredibly challenging, requiring you to learn and adapt if you want to survive. The story is linear, but it's told in a way that keeps you invested, with each defeat feeling like a lesson rather than a setback. The game's art style is also worth mentioning. It's sleek and stylish, perfectly complementing the intense action. Sifu is a game that demands patience and skill, but the sense of satisfaction when you finally overcome its challenges is unmatched. Finally, we have Uncharted: A Thief's End, a game that brought Nathan Drake's story to a satisfying conclusion. This game is everything you could want in an action-adventure. Stunning visuals, thrilling set pieces, and a super engaging story. The relationship between Nathan and his brother Sam adds a new layer to the narrative, exploring themes of family and legacy. The linear progression is expertly paced, with each chapter building on the last to create a cohesive and engaging experience. The game's balance of exploration, puzzle solving, and combat is perfect, making it a joy to play from start to finish. Uncharted 4 is a fitting end to one of the greatest gaming franchises of all time, and it's a game that I'll always come back to.
Hang on! Where the hell are you going? You're the one who said just head down! Jeez! Coming through! Oh, this was really a great idea, Nate. Do you want to drive? Oh, you're doing just fine. See? I got it.
Alright, so those were my favorite 15 awesome linear games that you should definitely check out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and share and subscribe for more gaming content. And also let me know in the comments, what's your favorite linear game? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.